Hello everybody, it's a girl with me. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video, guys. I haven't seen you all so long. You all know what to see with me. I will pop in here when I can. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Hit the notification button down below, so every single time your Caribbean girl posts a video, you are going to be notified. Let's go. So from the title of the video, you already know what I'm going to speak about. Today I'm going to give you all my C-section story. From time to time, females ask me, how was it? Did it hurt? Does it still hurt? By the way, if you do not know what a C-section is where they make an incision underneath bikini line and take the baby from you. The baby do not come through your hoo-ha. They cut bikini line and they take the baby from you. So I had a C-section, as you all know, and mine was planned. So there are two types of C-section. Planned C-section, which is also known as an elective C-section, meaning to say that your C-section is planned ahead before labor comes on. We have unplanned C-section, which is not planned. So you may run into labor and then you have difficulties or whatever, and then they rush you to the emergency room, and it is also called emergency C-section. Mine was a planned one because my baby was breached. So when you have a planned C-section, there must be a reason. It's either you have some sort of illness, because there are certain illness or sickness that you may have that they do not encourage you to allow the baby to pass naturally. I'm not going to go into the what and who and when. You all can Google that. You can also have a planned C-section if your baby is breech, like in my case. My baby was breech. Way before your due date, your baby is supposed to turn naturally, head down, foot up, to come through your passageway. And if by a certain time he doesn't turn, surgery, because they do not want you to run into labor with the baby foot to the bottom of your cervix, because it can be very dangerous. All right, so now that we have that out of the way, let me give you my story. Listen, he was turned all the time, and then all of a sudden he turned all the way back up, and he decided that he was not going to turn. Okay, so his head was on top and his foot was to the bottom. So if I had run into labor, he would have come out foot first instead of head first. Okay, which can be very dangerous. I mean, it happens. Some people are born like that, but it's a very risky thing. So that's why they try to take the baby away from you before that happens, because your baby head can get stuck up inside there. 7th week he was breech. 26th or 27th week he was breech. I waited patiently for him to turn, and he just didn't. So the 29th week, 30th, all the way down, he didn't make a move, girl. His head was on top and he was like, I am sitting right here. I wasn't worried, y'all. I prayed for natural delivery, but I feel like I wasn't like praying hard enough. I don't know. I also said that whatever God wants for me, he will give to me, because they decided to take the baby from me on the 39th week. He didn't want to go a day over because they didn't want me to run into any labor at all. So I was warded a day before to monitor your heart rate and oxygen level, the baby's heart rate. They hook you up on this monitor for a long period of time just to make sure baby heart rate is running properly. I was hooked up on fluids, okay, just to keep your body hydrated as much as possible. I couldn't eat nothing the night before. I had to stop eat before 12. By 12 a.m. was the last time I could have put anything in my mouth. At 6 a.m. I went and took a shower and all these things just to keep myself clean. It was me and a girl, y'all. Two of us was scheduled for a morning surgery. Okay, both of us had elective surgery, and we were lying down next to each other. I was scheduled to go first, as they had to like clothe me up and whatever. And I was like, okay, let's go, let's get this thing done. And then we had to put in this kataka. Yo, listen, that's when I went crazy. Like I felt like I couldn't go to the theater no more. I was like, no. The lady was like, go up on the bed when you say put in the kataka. I said, put it where? And it needs to go in a pee hole. I said, no. I said, nothing is going there. She, ma'am, this have to go there, etc., etc. I said, She said, you cannot be given trouble. I was like, Lord She said it's not, it does not pain, it's just uncomfortable. That's true. It does not pain, it's uncomfortable. It was the most uncomfortable feeling I've ever had. It felt like something was stuck in you and you just hanging and touching you. Oh my god. But I guess any surgery you are doing, you have to put it in. But in some cases, from doing my research, these people put it when they numb your body so you do not feel it. In my case, they put it in while my body was numb, so that's why I felt it. So girl, eventually I just went ahead with it, and I was panicking, I was cold sweating at this point in time. My whole 9 months I was not even scared of anything, but it was feeling so uncomfortable. I just lay down, prayed, calm myself. I was getting anxiety, y'all. I was nervous, I was sweating, I feel like I wanted to cry. All of this. What ended up happening is that they ended up taking the girl before me. So I was the one to go first, but for some reason they ended up going with that young lady, and we spoke after. And she was like, I was frightened because they was going with you, and then they come for me one time and I wasn't ready. And in my mind I saying, girl, I wasn't ready. I was like, when they went with her, it gave me time to calm down because you all knew. But it turned out that that was her second C-section, and I think they said a second C-section is more serious than our first one, so that's why I decided to go with her and not me. I was happy. I was like, I got time to talk to the Lord and sleep, and once I took my hour to 2 hours sleep and I woke up, I was good. I was like, right, I was ready. I was literally ready. Like, I wasn't panicking anymore, I wasn't cold sweating. I asking, so when I have to pee, what I'll do? The nurse was like, don't worry, it will run on in the bag. So it took me like a little couple minutes to understand what was going on because I didn't know. So y'all, you feel like you want to pee. It is so uncomfortable, y'all. You feel like you want to pee, and every time you feel like you want to pee and you look in the bag, you see it run out in the bag. It's so amazing and it's so weird at the same time, but it's like, yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Moving on, so she went ahead, and at some point in time I was just getting fed up of waiting because I was like, alright, okay, but I didn't want them to rush her, you know. I wanted them to take her time with her just like how I would like them to take their time with me, but I was getting like kind of tired of waiting. I was like, okay, let me just do this and get over this with quick. My family was outside, my friends were outside, I had a lot of supportive people. My group were there waiting for me, cheering me on, you know. They came down with her baby first. I can see from where I was, I could see like outside. And then my friend was like, they come down with the baby, so cute, her baby. And I was like, alright, my turn is just now. When I saw the trolley coming in, I was like, alright, it's my turn. Hurry, let me get this done. I'm ready. I was like, alright, I was like, no, hold on. Not yet, we have to fix up the place, something. I was like, alright, let me get this done before I start to panic again and sweat and be nervous. It was my turn, yo. In the corridor, what was I thinking? I was just thinking to get this over with, and I wanted my boyfriend to record me, but he's not on that, and I was like this, video. Went into the theater. The only theater is cold, like ice, like cold, y'all. I remember laying in the corridor just waiting, and then it had 2 theaters, 1 and 2. I was watching everything, y'all, because I didn't want to die, so I was watching every single thing. And I was going into theater 1, and then there's a big clock, so I remember watching the clock, and when I looked at the clock, it was 10:12 when I rode in. So when I was pushing me, I looked at the clock, so sad, y'all, but so happy. I looked at the clock, 10:12, and I was like, okay, reach inside. Yo, when you reach inside the theater, they're like, it's like 100 people around you. No, like about 20 people around you. It's literally like the movies, okay? So each person is assigned to their own duties. It doesn't look like one person is doing 5 things, okay? When I went in, I was looking at everything. I looked at the area where I know they're going to put the baby. I'm not stupid, so I could have an idea, right? I'm seeing a lot of equipment. Before I went in, the anesthetic doctor, she spoke to me. She explained to me that they are going to inject my spine to numb it, how it will feel, what to expect. And that's what I liked about it, y'all. They didn't just jump and like throw things on me. They did speak to me along the way. I was really appreciative of that. So she explained to me, before I went in the theater, I'm going to feel something cold on my back. This is what we are going to do first, then second, then third, then fourth, and so forth. Okay, so I was listening really carefully, and because this is a serious thing, we have people that picking you up, moving you from the trolley onto the bed, and they are moving so fast, y'all. You are like, Like, wait, what's going on here? Like, what's going on here? If you are someone that are afraid of those things, looking at those things can scare you because you are seeing like a whole lot of stuff. Everybody's masked up, but some of the voices I am familiar with because they were my doctors. You know, everything happened so quick. It's like quick. I can't even explain it. Like you don't even know when it happened. You know, they bent me over and checked my spine. They told me how to sit and all these things. Person told me that that part was very painful. You know, I did not feel a thing. I would lie at first. It was really cold though, so they cleaned me out the area with I don't know, some cold substance, and then I was expecting pain, so I was like jumping, and they was like, no, 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 don't jump, don't jump, and I was like, okay, and I just made up my mind to take it. I got like about 3 shots in my spine, my lower spine, and that was it. And then they laid me down, and I immediately felt like my legs were numbing, you know, like it felt like I was feeling like I had no feelings in my legs. We had one person on this side, or two persons on this side, another two persons on this side, two persons behind me, a couple people in front of me. Then they take the gown that you are wearing and they put it up like a screen, so you cannot see what is going on. Alright? Of all the machines you are hooked up to, you are hooked up. Your heart rate is hooked up, your pulse, your pressure, your everything. Okay, my hand is strapped down on this side, my hand is strapped down on this side. I also explain to you that you are not going to feel pain, but you are going to feel like force, like, because they have to stretch your belly to pull the baby out. You are going to feel like movements, but you are not feeling any pain, but you are feeling like the what's going on. And they have this oxygen on me, and that is where I started to feel like I couldn't breathe, and I was like, hold on, you need to remove this. And it's like, Miss Boyce needs to calm down, your heart rate is going up. I said, I understand that. I said, but he needs to remove this because I feel like I'm this tight, because the thing for your pressure is here and here, tight. Y'all are literally at back down. Everybody around me are feeling flustered, and then y'all are still putting this oxygen on my face. And I was like, no, you need to remove this oxygen here. This is to make sure that you can breathe properly. I say I'm breathing properly. I don't know if they spoke to the higher doctors or whatever, because they need to have me calm. Alright, then they remove it. I said, just remove this and I'll be good to go. She said, we can't remove it. I said, you need to remove it, please. They did remove it, and then I was good to go because I was able to, I felt like I was stifling, you know. And after that was done, I just turned my head this way and I just went ahead with the process. It was not painful, y'all. I will not lie. During the process, it is not painful. I did look at a animated C-section video before, so I knew, I had an idea what was going on, like first layer, second layer, third layer. And then when I heard the pop, it's like you can't hear clearly, but you can hear. I heard when they popped the bag, because I heard like water, so I knew the baby was coming next. Then I heard, wah! Then I heard the baby cried out loud, yo, and I still cannot forget that day. It's the most beautiful sound I've ever heard in my entire life, yo. I remember saying, thank you, Jesus, and I started to smile for myself, and I just like, oh my God, Papa is here. And everybody around you just congratulated you. They were like, congratulations, mommy, congratulations. Everybody started to clap. It's a healthy baby. And I felt so happy, you know. I felt I wasn't worried no more. I felt like, thank you, Lord. And then I can't see, but I can figure out what they are doing. Okay, so the exact corner that I was looking at, I can feel like they carried the baby there to clean up the baby and whatever. And then they were like, we'll show you the baby just now. Everything looks good with the baby, mommy. And then they bring the baby towards you, okay? And they want to see if you are okay. So they ask you, what are you seeing? A boy, a girl? And I was like, a boy. And for the baby, for you to kiss the baby. I would never forget it all. I would never forget the smell too. They smell like fluid. And he was crying, and I remember seeing toots running out the cloth, and he cried, and I was like, okay, those are the two things that I'm looking for, poop and cry. I was like, okay, boom. I said, okay, Lord, thank you. Let it fix you up, and now it's my turn. Alright, I said, with me, calm myself, let it stitch you up properly, because you don't want no complications after. And then that was that, y'all. Everything literally happened in like an hour. When I came back out the theater, y'all, and I looked up, it was 1:15. I went in 10:12 and it was 1:15 when I came out the theater. So it's like everything was just like quick, quick, quick. Moving on from that, the place was really, really cold, y'all. I just could remember that it was so cold. They had this blanket on me to wrap me up, and a blower inside of the blanket to warm me up because I was so cold, y'all. And then I was starting to feel like the anesthetic was wearing off. That is the worst feeling ever, when the anesthetic feels like it's wearing off, y'all. Oh my gosh, you feel like you do not know what your foot is feeling like. It feels like it's going or coming. And then I went onto the ward, obviously, and I had the most severe pain ever, y'all. My pain was very painful after, very, very painful. But I did stay in the theater for a very long while on the corridor because they were changing shift and they didn't have who don't want to carry down this patient and all these things. So I believe that I spent too long in the cold. That's why I had like severe pain right after, because when I went to the ward and I was looking at other people seemed fine, and I was like, Whitney, why are you not fine? I was literally yelling for the nurse. Like, I was supposed to be yelling on the other ward where before you make the baby. I was yelling and groaning after I had the baby. Like, what? I was doing this thing back to front, but I was in so much pain, you know. Like, but later on, I get to understand why I was in pain. One, I was in the cold for too long. Two, when I went to the ward, the nurses did not give me my shot immediately because looking onwards, I realized that as girls came in, the nurses were like giving them their morphine and Divon immediately for the pain, and that didn't happen to me. I had to literally say, "Nurse, I'm in pain," and then she was like, "Oh, you could have said that." I was like, I could have said that. And once you got your morphine and Divon, the pain did subside, y'all. I felt like I couldn't walk, y'all. My pain was so horrible. And that's because I didn't get my injection as soon as I came off the ward. That's what I later learned. And then I was speaking to the girl next to me, and she said, "Girl, as I reached, I told the nurse that I wanted my morphine and my Divon." So she had, cause I was looking at these girls, and these girls seemed so normal, and I was like, "But Whitney, why you is the only person crying?" So that's why, yo. So when they laid me down, my back was hurting so bad. I couldn't even move, yo. I swear, before I got those painkillers, I could not move. Okay? I couldn't move. But once I got the Divon or the morphine, I can't remember which one, I was able to move, yo. By the next morning, I was walking normal, but you need to take your medications to feel better. So moving forward, I did feel much better, way better. Really not the hardest thing, y'all, to be quite honest, but that was my experience. And from time to time, I did feel a little pain, but y'all, I was taking painkillers like crazy. Okay, I wanted an injection every minute. Every minute I wanted an injection. Every time I feel like pain, I wanted it. I can't say if it's easier than natural birth, but it seems easier. But it's the after pain. The natural way is just that you have pain in the beginning, but you are good to go after. But the C-section is just the opposite. I did some pictures. My 6 weeks checkup, my incision is not bad. You can't even notice that I had a C-section, y'all. They did a really pretty good job. You cannot bathe, you cannot shower, you cannot wet your cut. They tape it up really nice with bandage and so on, and then you have to remove the stitches 6 weeks after. And once you do not get it wet, you are good to go. I followed all the rules. You also have to inject yourself, so that is for any blood clots. You also have to wear your stockings, your circulation stockings. I did that. Movement in the first few days is not really perfect, but it gets better. And yeah, today I'm good, I'm great, I'm healthy. If I wear like a low panty or something and it's rested on there, it will feel a little uncomfortable. It does not pain, but if I'm listening to my baby and he kicks that area, or your garment is resting right there, it does feel a little weird, you know. So my story there, my C-section story. Once you have a C-section, you cannot, they advise you not to have a baby under 2 years, because they have to go through the same process exactly where they do it, so it's very risky, so they advise you not to do that. So overall, I did not have a bad experience. I just had pain when I came off the board, and that's because I didn't get my injection when I was supposed to. And yeah, so that is my C-section story. And would I like to have experienced natural pain? Maybe, but I don't know if I could have taken that pain. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. I got to run, I got to go. Do enjoy your holidays so far. I hope everything is going really well for y'all, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care of yourself. Bye, people.